These are the three biggest things that I've learned from talking to people's souls. Hi, my name's Amanda. I am a coach and a trance channel, and I help clients find a sense of purpose in their life so that they can take action that's in alignment with the deepest desires and build a life that truly calls to them. And part of the work that I do is channeling their higher self or their soul. And this really allows me to have access to some of their most unconscious fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs to bring them to the surface and really have a strong idea of how they're unknowingly holding themselves back. And what this ability has allowed me to really do is have a higher level of perspective and awareness around what this Earth school is all about, why we're really here, and how to get the most out of it. The first thing that I've learned is that there is no purpose to being here other than the purpose that you create and desire to make of this experience. So many of us believe that our purpose is anchored in some sort of mission, in that is manifested in what we do for a living, the work that we do, how we show up in the world, where we spend our time, how we serve others. And this is not necessarily true. This is the human perspective. From the soul perspective, your soul does not have a vested interest in any one choice that you make. To your soul, the purpose is simply experiencing this life and this version of you. And your soul doesn't really care how you go about that. As long as you're getting the most out of it and you're learning and growing along the way, that's all it cares about. And that's going to happen regardless. And when you look at your life like this, that there is no expectation for how you have to show up and how you have to do or be in any which way, it gives you permission to just let go of a lot of that stress and anxiety and have a little bit more fun and show up and just play. The second thing I've learned is that failure doesn't exist. Failure is another human interpretation of where we perceive our own value. If you're showing up in a certain way that you perceive to be a success and that you made successful and you won or you achieved something, your human self feels validated in that. But your soul doesn't see it that way. Your soul just sees you experiencing a particular outcome. And failure, through your human perspective, is seen as less than, is not as good, is something to be ashamed of or something to be afraid of. From your soul's perspective, it is simply another experience. It is another outcome. And your soul is just taking in all of these experiences, the perceived successes and the perceived failures, and taking it all in and enjoying every single one of those experiences, because to your soul, there's something to be learned and gained from each of them. And when you can see your life through that lens, where there is no failure, there is simply experience, and you are experiencing one thing or you are experiencing the other, it just feels so much lighter. Third thing I've learned is that there is no one truth. There is simply your truth, and the truth that you choose to adopt as your own and to see in the world and to see within yourself. We're all searching for like the ultimate truth, but what is the real reason for this? What is the true underlying truth at the end of the day? And there isn't one. We all grow through life. We have our own experiences, our own perceptions and interpretations of things, and you get to determine what that is for you and what your truth is. And somebody else might have a completely different perspective and a completely different truth as a byproduct of that. And that doesn't make them wrong or you wrong and them right or you right. It just means that their truth is different from yours. And when you can see the world through that lens, where we're all just going through life trying to determine what our own truth is, it allows you to have more compassion for yourself and others, and to see everyone around you as simply them walking around trying to make the most of their life and trying to find what their truth is deep within them and live in alignment with that. And that's a really beautiful thing. You are here to just experience this life, this version of you that you chose for whatever reason, and you had some wisdom that you wanted to live this particular life for a particular reason. And you get to see this life as a playground. You get to play, you get to create things, you get to tear it all down and rebuild from scratch. You get to try things and make mistakes and learn from them and try again. There is no right or wrong, good or bad, ahead, behind. There is simply you and your experience and whatever you choose to make of it. And that's such an empowering way to move through this world. And that's ultimately what your soul wants for you, is to just let loose, play, and experience you in this version of you.